Okay, squat OIMAs, or oscillating isometric muscle actions. Going to be doing some squats. I've got an earthquake bar here. If you don't have an earthquake bar, you can use a normal bar. It's going to be a little bit heavier. The earthquake bar is bamboo. It wobbles and shakes, so it adds a fair bit to the oscillation. We're really just going to be doing an ordinary squat. We're going to be doing it at a certain tempo with certain isometric holds at the bottom and at the top. What you'll probably be using this for is lighter oscillations for longer duration of time, but obviously your program's going to tell you exactly how you're going to be doing it. You may be doing some heavier ones to get the nervous system involved, but if we're doing it with lighter ones with longer durations, maybe like a 5 to 7 second hold, that kind of thing, what we're doing is we're trying to reorganize the connective tissue so that your body is, I guess, prepared for the movement that you're going to be doing. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Let's say you're going to be doing a rep of, or I should say, sorry, a set of say 5 to 7 reps for 5 to 7 second holds. So we're just going to get into a normal squat position. Stand up, come back, and I'm just going to go a little bit slowly just for the first one, just for the sake of it, but it's just really standard squat. Going to drop down into the squat and then hold for the time. What I don't want is wobbling around to absorb the force. The objective here is to, at the bottom when you're doing your isolation, or sorry, your isometric, is contract all of the tissue to hold yourself absolutely still. We're doing that to constrict the muscle from the movement. If there's no movement, then there's no muscle, there's no nervous system, which is forcing the connective tissue to learn to absorb the force. As you get a bit, so I'm just going to sit here nice and still for the duration, and then up, and then hold at the top for a few seconds as well. And then as you get a bit more comfortable with it, you're going to come down with the eccentric a little bit faster. Now notice there's a bigger oscillation. And hold up here until we do a really nice overspeed eccentric, and I go down nice and fast to create more oscillation. And just hold super still. Keep that core brace, keep everything still. Stand up. Be careful when you stand up, you don't come up too fast so the kettlebells don't actually come flying off. You can go down nice and fast. Just make sure that the bands are lengthened accordingly, which I'll show you at the end of this video. So one proper rep, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, hold, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 10 kilo kettlebells. You can see how far they were bouncing. I'll show you in a second how to wrap the bands to change the lengths. You can get heavier kettlebells, in which case you need to do something a little bit different with the bands, obviously, to make sure you get some oscillation, but obviously so they don't hit the floor. But basically that's it. Standard squat. The program will tell you your durations. Almost definitely to start, you'll be doing longer durations, lighter weights. Enjoy that. I'll show you how to do the bands in a second. Okay, so bands and the kettlebells. This is how I just used it. So all I'm doing here is I'll unwrap it. Literally pull it through and then just wrap it around the handle a couple of times. So I did this once, I measured it. It was a tiny bit too long. When I did a really big overspeed eccentric, it hit the kettlebell hit the floor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wrap one end around one more time, pull that through. Pretty simple, but now obviously one's a bit longer than the other. So just give it a bit of a wobble, and we're now good. So you just measure, change the length like that. What you can do, but I don't like, well, definitely not with a 10 kilo kettlebell. With a heavier one, what you can do is actually double the band up. So just pull the band in double, put one end in underneath like that, and then but now you've got, it's just too much band for that weight. So if you go to heavier kettlebells, which you may need to do, you can do this, but with the 10 kilos, definitely don't do that because there's just not enough oscillation. If you want to hold for 3 or 4 seconds, notice the oscillation is gone in one. So that's how you do the bands. Enjoy.